Alright, time for a Cactus of the Day video. I started watering and fertilizing last week, and the plants start to look amazing. It's still early in the season, and after the first watering you can usually see the plants get super healthy and just look great compared to how they look during the winter time. And yeah, I did the first round, watered them a lot, and will probably continue to water again sometime soon. But it was a little bit cold right now, like the last days, so I'm waiting another day or two. And in the meantime, I'm taking care of my seedlings. There are a lot of seedlings here, and they need to be repotted and singled out. Problems need to be addressed. And yeah, that's what I will do. I look for problems and try to solve them. I repotted these seedlings. They were in a very organic soil, and that's not good for the roots. As you can see here, this one had root rot. So I removed the rotten roots, and now I'm placing this upwards like this so the wound can heal, and put it in full sun. And once the wound is healed in maybe 3 months or so, I will turn it around so it can root again. This is pumice, washed pumice, because if you buy pumice like in a bag, very often it contains a lot of dust and small particles that just stick like glue, and it's bad for the roots. So yeah, this is washed pumice, and it's a great soil because the water runs just through it. And yeah, repotted these two. Same in this greenhouse, a lot of plants. Most are alright, but there's always 1 or 2 plants in between, like this one in center here, that just aren't alright. That had like a bad overwinter experience. Some might have even, developed some rot. And that's what I will take care of now in the next, weeks. This will take a lot of time because there are so many cacti that need to be repotted. So yeah, let's get started. This area is where I want to build my new greenhouse. So I will start flattening the area. It's pretty, if you get down, check out how steep it is. So this needs to be straightened out somehow. And yeah, this will be a lot of work in the next, months. I will probably be busy with this the whole summer. But I need a new greenhouse. During the last winter, I had very bad overwintering experiences in my greenhouse, in my small greenhouse, which is like ancient, and I just need to build a new one. It's time, The insulation isn't good, and a lot of plants freeze. This one here is an emergency graft. I normally flatten all the edges around the stock. Grafting stock is a Trichocereus. But yeah, this one has a very low rate of success, very low chance of success. So I waited with removing the ribs until I see if it grows or not. Yeah, this one had root rot too. And sometimes you can save them by grafting, and that's what I did here. This seedling here did not develop nicely. The soil was too fast draining for a seedling, so I will repot this one into a soil that looks more like this. This is special sowing soil, and it's just better for little seedlings because little seedlings can dry out very quickly, and early on they need a lot of water. Here's a problem, for example. So this one froze during the winter. This is a grafted Lubivia, grafted on a Trichocereus stock, and yeah, it froze. You can see it, the skin looks very dark, completely unlike a healthy cactus should look like. And yeah, when you push it, it's very See? It completely dissolved the tissue. And yeah, there's nothing to do here. It's lost. So yeah, he will be missed. Sorry that I couldn't save you, but so many others look great. Sometimes you can't win them all. In here, a lot of plants and seedlings will be flowering for the first time this year, and I'm looking forward to it. You never know how a flower will look like. And yeah, these are at a good spot for flowering. The sun hits the greenhouse early in the morning, 9 a.m. and it's sunny the whole day. So yeah, a lot of these will be flowering. And these look great. I mean, I don't think there was one plant from this shelf that looked bad. So yeah, good stuff. Now I found something. This plant here, you can see the tip looks a little bit blackish. So this is a fungal infection, I think, and I will have to remove it. So let me just put the camera away so I can get a firm grip. I don't want to like throw the whole shelf over. Alright, here's the thing. This is a little pup. And yeah, you can look at the wound. It is healthy, like the infection did not go through into the plant itself, which is important, and which is the reason I removed this now. If I would have left it up on the plant, there would have been like the fungal infection would have spread and eventually infected the whole plant. So they need to be removed instantly. Over here you can already see the beginning. Over here you can already see the beginning of flower buds. There. A lot of flower buds here. Here. Yeah. These are Lobivia and they flower first. They flower early in the season. Usually around May, and flower throughout the summer. The others take a little bit longer. Here is a little Lobivia fruit that ripened throughout the winter, and it's ripe now. There are seeds inside. Let me show you. Yeah, and they will be washed, dried, and then they are ready for sowing out. Alright, here's some kitchen paper. And yeah, there are a lot more seeds in the fruit, as you can see. One of these small Lobivia fruits has, I don't know, sometimes 30 to 50, sometimes a few, like very few seeds. You never know, and it depends on how fertile the parents are. This one is a Trichocereus fruit that I harvested. And yeah, lots of seeds in there too. I will clean these and yeah, maybe sow them out or give them away. I give a lot of seeds away every year simply because I do not have the space. I have thousands of plants and a lot of them produce fruit every season. So there's lots of seeds. And it's usually too much for a breeder. So most breeders that I know usually gift a lot of seeds away. I have a few in my shop, which helps me to keep everything, like pay for the bills and everything. But yeah, a lot of them are gifted too. These two are seedlings. This is a Lobivia and this is a Trichocereus. They are in a poor soil. This soil is mostly for rooting, and it got so wet that it looks like crap. So they will need to be repotted, and I will repot them in a very fast draining soil. So let me show you how they look when I'm done. This is the new soil mix. This is mostly pumice. Pumice is a great mineral for growing cacti, and yeah, it dries fast, but it can still store water, which is awesome. Over here you can see like the roots. This is a very sandy soil mix. This is just sandstone. I like to root in it because it's very fast draining. It's a great rooting soil, but yeah, not good for long term. Now I try to clean this very well. I don't want too much of the sand on it long term, so try to get off as much as possible. And then I will pot it into this soil. But yeah, first the tag, the label. Alright, now it's planted and has a much lower risk of root rot and fungal infections. This soil just dries very fast, and it usually dries faster than it takes for a root rot to manifest. Here's the other one, Lobivia. I don't like how the downside of this looks. This could turn into root rot, but so far it isn't. Alright, done. Now I put them in the greenhouse. They need protection. Over here I have to remove the old flower buds from last year because they sometimes can turn in an infection, fungal infection and all that stuff. And it's just better to remove them to give the plants a new start into the season. When they're full of old flower buds, it's just not, I don't know, I don't like it. Apart from this, looking good here, not too much to do. It really helps that I planted them in pumice. The pumice reduces the risk of root rot. Here's something that doesn't look good, so let's have a check. Check this out. There are 3 seedlings in this one, and this one didn't make it, so I will remove it. Yeah, unfortunately this was a very small piece after a failed graft that I tried to save, but yeah, didn't make it. Can't save them all. But the other 2 look good, and now I will put them back on the shelf. They need a lot of water now, and yeah. Apart from that, they look good. Over here is something that needs to be addressed, and it's the weeds. I don't like weeds on my plants, and I always remove them when they come up in between. It just creates a little habitat of humidity. Just it traps humidity, and humidity is usually bad in winter. So yeah. These all look great. I haven't seen anything problematic in there. But I got another seedling. I feel like seedlings are very vulnerable, especially during the winter time. And this was a failed graft of a seedling, Echinopsis seedling. Yeah, unfortunately didn't make it. This developed a fungal infection at the base and it spread from there. Don't think it can be saved. Maybe the tip. In here everything looks great too. I'm sure there are a few plants in between that didn't make it, but overall you can see a huge difference between overwintering in the greenhouse like this one and the other that I have. The windows in here are 1 centimeter thick, and everything is well insulated. All the profiles have additional rubber insulation, and it just makes a huge difference. Winter is always the most dangerous time for these seedlings, and yeah, you need a good greenhouse for that. If you live in a cold area, it's definitely possible if you heat the greenhouse during winter like I do, but it needs to be a good greenhouse. It makes no sense to buy yourself a $100 greenhouse that flies away during the first storm and isn't insulated. This one is amazing. This is a new plant that I got. This is a Trichocereus crossed with Lobivia. I just love this thing, and I hope that it will flower this year. Yeah, spines are awesome. This looks like a mix between both genera. The Trichocereus, like a columnar cactus, And the spines are from the Lobivia. So this is awesome. I love this stuff. These are Sörensia. They get pretty big and grow very, very wide. And I just love them. They are great for cactus breeding. And I hope that some of them will flower this year. Last year I only had 2 or 3 that flowered. But you know, sometimes it takes time for them to adjust. So I have high hopes that some of them will flower this year for the first time. This is another hybrid between Trichocereus and Echinopsis, and I totally love it. You can see that it grows columnar slightly, but yeah, you can still see the spines and the areoles of Echinopsis. And yeah, this is amazing. This is one of the plants that I really love, grafted on a Trichocereus to make it grow faster. I also grafted the base, and I've seen that it already popped, so this is a great way to propagate them. And yeah, if you only have a few. This is an albino, half albino. It's called variegation. And yeah, the yellow stuff is nothing like sick. It's just a genetic kind of albino stuff, you know. And I love these, especially when they can grow on their own roots. Some of these albinos can only survive when grafted because they can't produce chlorophyll on their own. But when they can survive like this one on their own roots, then it's amazing. Love it. Alright, I think this is enough for today. Haven't seen a lot of problems right now. So yeah, I continue like repotting little seedlings. I have so many seedlings and they all need to be potted into a more fast draining soil. So I will be busy all summer long and I will record a few videos here and there for you. This is a crested Trichocereus. Doesn't produce normal growth, it just grows, I don't know. I can't even describe this. There are good words in English that I don't know, so this is a crest. Alright, time to feed the birds. I bought this huge sack of sunflower seeds just to feed the birds because I love them. They make amazing sounds in the background of my videos. So I repay them with daily food. Good stuff. Alright, this will be enough for today. Tomorrow I will have to fill it up again. They eat a lot. Time to say hello to Mika. Mika is our little rescue and she is amazing. I love her. And I just can't do anything without checking by to say hello. Right, Mika? Yeah, she's lovely. Alright. Alright, and now, after a long day of cactus work, I now try to get the spines out of my fingers. The cactus spines that I caught today. I always wear gloves, but it doesn't help. It's not 100% reliable, and a bunch of them always get through. And a glove gives me some kind of false sense of security. And yeah, as you can see, especially in these 2 fingers, because that's where I, grab them when I'm repotting. Yeah, other hand looks even worse, and I've just had like a big spine that came out of this finger, my index finger. So yeah, it's not something that is for someone that's sensitive to this kind of stuff. It hurts. Here's something cactus unrelated, but I like these very much. Over here they are called Königskerze. King's candle, something like that. Beautiful flower. Here is the columnar cactus with the frost damage. I brought it inside the house and made a clean cut. And now it can heal. There's a very low humidity in here, and that will allow the wound to heal without getting infected again. And it was too cold outside to put it out, so yeah. It lives with us now. And here are 2 orders that I packed today. Seed orders. In between, I am selling a bunch of cactus seeds to finance the hobby. And yeah, these are all various different cactus seeds from the 2023 season. Just so you can see how they look like. There you see. And yeah, this isn't the only bag that I have. So there are many seeds, and I usually send so much seeds that it's not like financially wise. But I don't try to make money with my stuff. I am already happy when I can pay for the hobby, when I can afford to continue breeding. So yeah, 2 seed orders. These are my cactus seedlings. Yeah, and there are a lot of them. This is just what I've grown during the winter time. I started sowing out in like December, and these are all great crosses. So these are all worth it. I just don't have the space. But yeah, regardless, lots of cool seedlings for the next years. Every bag you can see is full of seedlings. These are going to be amazing. Every one has a different flower. Just the good stuff.